On February 18, 1930, a young astronomer comparing two tiny photographic plates noticed a faint speck that had shifted position. That speck turned out to be Pluto, the most distant known world of its time, and its discovery rewrote our understanding of the solar system. Welcome to Earth Sights on this day series. Today, we explore one remarkable day in scientific history, February 18, 1930, when Pluto was identified at the Lowell Observatory in Arizona by astronomer Clyde W. Tombaugh. We're telling the story of how Pluto was discovered, why astronomers were searching for it, how they finally found it, and why this moment still matters nearly a century later. The man who would eventually find Pluto did not come from an elite academic background. Clyde Tombaugh was a farm boy from Kansas. He built his own telescopes using spare parts from farm equipment. He observed the sky at night after long days working in the fields. He made detailed sketches of planets and mailed them to professional astronomers, hoping for feedback. Those sketches were so precise that Lowell Observatory offered him a job in 1929. He wasn't hired as a senior scientist. He was hired to do the tedious work no one else wanted to do: examine photographs of the sky in search of Planet X. It was the astronomical equivalent of searching for a needle in a cosmic haystack. The ninth planet was first proposed by Percival Lowell, an American businessman who became an accomplished astronomer. He predicted a ninth planet, or Planet X, as he called it, from the perturbations, a slight wobble or deviation of the orbital path of Uranus and Neptune. These wobbles are normally caused by the gravitational pull of foreign bodies. He searched for many years at the Lowell Observatory, which he founded, but was unable to find Planet X. After his death, as lens technology improved, the observatory were able to install a larger, more powerful telescope, which Tombaugh used to continue the search. On this day in 1930, Tombaugh found the tiny planet, but the observatory waited until the anniversary of Lowell's birth, 13th of March, to announce their findings. The discovery was made public to coincide with the 75th anniversary of Lowell's birth on the 13th of March 1930. On the 14th of March, the story was being read around the breakfast table in Oxford, England, to a young 11-year-old girl called Venetia Burney by her granddad. They were discussing possible names, and due to Venetia's current interest in Roman and Greek gods, as well as an understanding of the planets and their distance from the sun, she suggested Pluto. This was because Pluto was the god of the underworld, who could make himself invisible and lived where sunlight didn't reach. Venetia's granddad was Falconer Muddon, a retired head librarian from Oxford University and friend of the professor of astronomy there, Herbert Hall Turner. Both the Royal Astronomical Society, RAS, and the Lowell Observatory were holding meetings trying to decide on an appropriate name for the planet. Herbert Hall Turner was at one such meeting at the RAS, and when his friend told him of his granddaughter's suggestion, he passed it on to the Lowell Observatory. They loved the name, not only because of the relevance to the planet's characteristics, but also because the first two letters were the initials of their founder, Percival Lowell. And this is how Pluto was named. Pluto lies in a region known as the Kuiper Belt, a band that sits approximately 30 to 50 AUs from the Sun in a ring shape that encompasses the 8 planets. An AU is short for or astronomical units, which is the distance from Earth to the Sun. The Kuiper Belt region contains many icy planetoid objects similar to Pluto, known as short-period comets. Short period because they take less than 200 years to orbit the Sun. Pluto was thought to be larger than the other objects within the Kuiper Belt, and as it also had moons, it was classified as a planet. However, in 2005, at the Palomar Observatory, California, USA, the discovery of a larger object named Eris, which also has a moon, led scientists to reevaluate Pluto and define once and for all what defines a planet. On the 24th of August, 2006, the International Astronomical Union, IU, defined dwarf planets as celestial bodies that are in direct orbit of the Sun, so not planetary satellites, that are massive enough for their gravity to control/alter their shape, rounded by their gravity. but not enough to clear objects within their orbital region, as planets have. This definition placed Eris and smaller planetoid Pluto as dwarf planets. Since the discovery of Eris in 2005, several other dwarf planets have been found in the Kuiper Belt, including Ceres, Haumea, and Makemake. And it is thought that there may be hundreds or even thousands of these dwarf planets still waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this journey into one of astronomy's most fascinating discoveries, be sure to subscribe for more stories from science, history, and exploration. Let us know in the comments. Do you still think of Pluto as a planet? And share this video with someone who loves space. Until next time, keep looking up